Up on the hill on the left-hand side, you'll see a nice good look at the black rhino.
Ooh, look at that rhino.
Black rhinos can weigh up to nearly 3,000 pounds. Their horns are made out of keratin. Keratin is the same stuff that's made out of your fingernails and hair. Unfortunately for the black rhino, they're sadly critically endangered. There's less than 5,000 of them left out in the wild. They used to populate the entire continent of Africa until they were nearly poached to extinction.
Try to keep it up.
We're going to start making our way over towards the other end of the Little Laturi Forest. And coming up on the hill on the left-hand side, we'll be able to see two different types of antelope. The reddish-brown antelope that you see laying down, those are known as bongos, while the lighter brown antelope that I see here, those are known as greater kudu. Greater kudu can grow to 5 feet at the shoulder and weigh up to 800 pounds, while bongos are recorded to be one of the largest forest antelope out here. We're now starting to leave the Little Laturi Forest behind us, and now entering into the Safi River. Here within the Safi River, we'll see a lot of different animals that live on land and in the water for most of their lifetimes. Be sure to give a nice good look out, especially for any animals that may be hiding underwater. If you look over on the left-hand side, you'll see several pink-back pelicans. Pink-back pelicans usually get their coloration around the mating season. And an interesting fact about the pink-back pelican, after about a week or two, once they hatch out of their eggs, they grow to full size. They have an average wingspan of nearly 3 feet, while others have a wingspan of up to 9 feet in diameter. Now, pink-back pelicans largely prefer to live in more quiet backwaters than most rivers, making this area very ideal, but a fleeting place. On the left, you can actually spot several hippos in the water. There's one right there. And there's one that's actually heading back over towards land back there. Hippos can weigh up to nearly 5,500 pounds. They can actually hold their breath underwater for at least 8 minutes at a time. On the left, you'll see several Nile crocodiles.
Robin, you see those?
Nile crocodiles can grow up to nearly 15 feet in length and weigh up to 500 pounds. Interesting detail with Nile crocodiles, both mothers and fathers will carry their eggs in their mouth to protect the eggs from any potential predators.
Let me take it over, okay?
We're now starting to make our way out of the Safi River and start making our way over towards the savannah up ahead. Now within the savannah, we'll see a lot of different animals that like to graze from the tallest of the palm trees, while others hide among the lowest grasslands. We'll also see many different animals that like to drink from this particular tree on the right. This is known as the baobab tree. To the local natives, that tree is also known as the Tree of Life. We're now starting to make our way out into the savannah, and as you can see, much of the Serengeti grasslands tends to dot all over the landscape. Now, Serengeti grass is often very nutritious to many animals, but also provides cover for any of the predators nearby. One of the very first animals we'll see out here is coming up over on the right. These are Maasai giraffes. They are among the world's tallest land mammals. Maasai giraffes can grow up to 20 feet in height. They tend to walk around the savannah, cruising at speeds of nearly 10 miles an hour, while some will gallop in short, quick bursts of 35 miles an hour. No two giraffes ever share the same exact spot pattern, similar to how no two humans ever share the same exact fingerprints. Think of a giraffe's spots as though they were their fingerprints. Over on the left-hand side, we'll get a nice good look at one of the spotted hyenas. Now, spotted hyenas are largely matriarchal, meaning that the lowest ranking female would still outrank the highest ranking male. Many people once believed that the hyenas were just scavengers, but they are hunters in their own right. Also, many people confuse whether hyenas are dogs or cats. Well, they're actually neither, as they belong in the family Hyaenidae. Coming up on the left, you'll see several of the sable antelope. Sable antelope are the symbol of the Harambe Reserve. The long curved horns of the sable antelope are said to be strong enough to even repel a lion. They usually come in two different colors. Males are turned to a jet black color, while females retain the reddish brown color.
Welcome over here, see you.
A little known fact about giraffes. Did you know that a giraffe would only sleep up to 30 minutes a day? Sometimes not even a full solid 30. Sometimes it may be broken up into 5-minute intervals. Similar to how a group of hippos is often called a bloat. Well, this group of giraffes is actually known as a tower. Granted, this is but a small tower of giraffes. In the wild, there can be up to 12 to 20 giraffes within a single tower.
Yeah, 12 giraffes.
He said 12 giraffes.
You may notice as well that out throughout the savannah there tends to be several tree stumps or tree branches that seem to have been knocked down or torn down or ripped down. See, originally savannah begins as a dense forest or lush jungle. Then over time, large animals would knock the trees down to make more room for themselves and for other animals. On the right-hand side, you'll see several of the Ankole cattle, one of the only domesticated animals out here on the reserve. The enormous horns of the Ankole cattle are actually hollow inside, made with a honeycomb-like structure of bone that keeps the horns upwards. Because of its hollowness, it actually has blood vessels that would flow up and down the horn and back into their bodies. Because of this actually helps regulate its body temperature. Over on the right-hand side, you'll see several of the white-bearded wildebeest. White-bearded wildebeest got their name from the Afrikaans word of wild beast. In many different other countries, they're more commonly known as new, since they emit a loud grunting noise that sounds a bit like noo-noo. Now, wildebeest migration patterns are many and vast. A single herd can contain at least 10,000 of them. We're now entering into one of the forest regions of the savannah. Now, within this forest region, we'll be able to see one of the largest animals out here on the reserve. The African elephant.
Oh, look at that one.
Now, African elephants can weigh up to nearly 10,000 to 13,000 pounds. Female elephants usually cap around the 11,000 pound marker. Around the age of 13, the male elephant would actually leave away from the main herd to form their own bachelor herds. Oh dear, looks like the road is closed. This is quite a shame. You could have seen a much closer look at the elephant.
Oh, look at that.
Whoa.
Well, at least we're able to see its very long trunk.
Look at that, Robbie.
Now, their trunks are very strong,
Look at that, babe.
as it can contain up to over about 40,000 muscles. Let's make our way around and see if we can find more elephants nearby. Now, first we gotta cross this bridge. I'm never too keen about crossing these bridges. This one looks like it was held together by duct tape and super glue.
That's how I do all my work.
Well, looks like the duct tape is certainly holding. Oh, there goes the super glue.
Oh boy.
Hold on, Dad.
That was a close one. I think next time they better use Gorilla Glue next time. Now, if you look over on the right-hand side, you'll notice this red rock formation. Notice how it gradually turns more and more red. That's because this rock contains clay. If you look on the right-hand side, you can see tusk markings all along the rock wall. It seems elephants have been nearby. Oh, there they are. Now, on average, an African elephant can consume up to nearly 300 pounds of food a day and drink up to nearly 40 gallons of water. This is at least 8 times more than the average human consumes in about a week or two. Most of the water can be found throughout the many watering holes that litter out throughout the savannah, or more importantly through these baobab trees, each containing up to about 1,000 to 2,000 gallons of water.
Look at that elephant.
Now, a rather tragic fact about the African elephant. Sadly, almost every single day, at least 96 elephants are often poached for their tusks. But to put that in perspective, that's about 700 in about a week, 2,800 in about a month. Scientists have actually concluded if this continues, the 4 African elephants could go extinct in less than a decade.